Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 65 of Salute to the Ears. On this episode, we have our friend Kharique on. You've heard us talk about him before. This guy loves to do meet and greets in Disneyland and in Disney World, and he's going to share with us this amazing trip he has planned. So sit back and let's enjoy what he has planned together. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Salute to the Ears. I am Jeremy Simon, and with us today we have a special guest. We actually have a guest who's not sitting in here with us, our first one. It's my friend Ka. You can find him at KingDeCa92 on Twitter and YouTube. You also know him as the guy, the meet and greet guy. We've talked about him on here before. It's good to have him on here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you guys literally so much for having me. I listen to your podcast all the time. I'm very excited to be on. And yeah, you basically said it. You know where to find me. If you want to look me up at Twitter, YouTube, I follow back. I'm super social, so let me know.
Right. So we were talking a little bit earlier. You kind of got a little bit of a crazy trip, kind of a trip that I think a lot of us would like to do. And you're going to be hitting land and world like in the same week.
And world, yeah, a lot of people have been, calling it crazy. So, and I'll be going to Disneyland April 18th to the 20th. Then I fly back home on Thursday, and then that 20th or 21st, I fly out to Florida, and then I leave on the 22nd. So I'm basically doing like a 24-hour type trip, Disney World, and then I'm staying about 3 days in Disneyland. It's gonna be a lot, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, no, that's a lot in a short period of time. But watching your videos, I know you'll squeeze a lot of it in. You're kind of like the Disney vacationer who is rope drop to like closing down the park.
Yes, sir. I've been doing that literally ever since I started going, and I've only started going to Disney World in 2018 when I went with all my friends, and we literally did rope drop to close. I don't take breaks. I like to just get the most for what from what I'm paying for. You know what I mean? So if I were to have an annual pass, which I don't have, I pay out of pocket every time. It'd be a little easier for me to be like, okay, let's go back to the room, go take a nap. But no, I stick it out. I'm going all the way through. So
it kind of feels like wasted time.
Exactly.
When we don't get to go all the time, sometimes it feels like taking that break in the middle was okay. What did I miss?
Exactly.
There's a big FOMO stuff going on right there, especially whenever you're going a short period of time, like just a few days or 24 hours. I can't even imagine going for just 24 hours. I'd probably run myself to the dirt.
I actually saw that I saw it on Instagram. I saw these two ladies do a complete 24-hour trip. They left at, I think it was like 6 a.m., got there at 9, did the whole day, left at like 11, and then got back home like around 1 in the morning. And I'm like, that's such a great idea. And I would love to do that. So for some reason, because we have the opening of the new opening of Toontown and Disneyland on top, I'm doing Throwback Night, which is after hours event at Disneyland. I was like, you know what? I'm already have a week off of work. Let me try to do something spontaneous. And I've always wanted to do Earth Day at Animal Kingdom, which is on the 22nd.
Nice.
And, like, I gotta do it. This is my time to do it. I might as well. And it was cheap. I got around to working up the numbers and working up the money to do it. So I was like, let's just do it. Might as well have fun while I'm still kind of young.
Yeah. No, that sounds like a lot of fun. So Throwback Night is, like I said, like a after hours event, a ticketed after hours event, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And if people haven't seen this, what they're doing is bringing back the fireworks show from like 1958.
Yes.
And some of the characters we really don't get to see a whole lot anymore, right?
Yes, sir. I know that they just put out the pamphlet, I guess. Yeah, like a pamphlet of all the characters they're gonna meet. Technically, it's not all of them. You'll just see like Pinocchio and friends, or Alice and friends, Peter, etc. So I'm very excited to see the and friends part of that, because we know that they're gonna throw out somebody rare, because every hard ticketed event they'll always throw in rare characters, because that's kind of the whole gist of the hard ticket thing, is that they want to appeal to these new people and throw in characters that you'll never see, or throw in specialty foods, or just like the fireworks show. We'll probably never see that unless you go to those after hour events. So
Yeah. So is there any character that you've seen that's come out so far you're like, I gotta meet that one?
yeah, so Dumbo is on the list. Dumbo I know was number one on the list, and Dumbo is very rare to see. Like it's just he's impossible, because his character being is so old,
Right.
and they haven't updated it, so they still use the same one from like years ago. I don't even know. I don't want to be wrong. Maybe 1980s. So the fact that you get to see that, and then I'm hoping maybe the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland comes out, because he's another rare character that I would love to see, and Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio. I am
Nice.
dying to meet Jiminy. I've never met him yet, so that
Right.
at 3 for now.
Nice. Yeah, I've been watching you for a while. I think we just met like on Twitter or something like that, and
Yep.
just kind of took off from there. But I've been watching you for a while, and you really do, like, you go all out. Like, you really enjoy the meet and greet. Really seems to be like your happy place when you're visiting the parks.
Yeah, a lot of that stems from I kind of think of it as, yes, I am an adult, but at the same time, when you go into Disney World, you go into Disneyland, you have these childlike wonders, and you kind of just you become a child yourself. So
Right.
yes, I know the realistic version of it, but when I see them, I see these characters that I grew up with. I get so excited, and I want to have these conversations, even with the characters that don't talk. It's like improv. You kind of just wing it and you go along with it, and is basically like you're playing a game of charades, to be honest. Since they can't speak, and the characters that can speak, you'll have the best times, because they're so great at making you feel like you are part of their story. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And bringing them into your world. So a lot of people usually say, I feel weird, or I feel awkward when I go to meet these characters. And the advice really that I always have is, come up with a question in your head. You always want to engage with the question, or come up with a scenario or something. Like I said, if you're talking to a non-speaking character, it depends on who. It's like Mickey Mouse, like, oh my gosh, I heard it was your birthday. Like, I don't know. It depends on what you want to say. They will go along with it, and they're such great sports with it. So I rambled basically. Sorry about that.
No,
But
you're good. You're good. I think the way I kind of look at it, whenever I see you do that, because like you said, not everybody's comfortable doing that. One, you may be showing that other person who's in line, that might be their favorite character, but they don't know how to do this. Or
yeah,
you're showing a kid how to do it, and might be making this memory because they watched you do it. That's going to last them a lifetime.
that's it's crazy, because I never think of it that way. And I actually, there were people in line that were kind of like nervous. I think I was at Sweethearts Night, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say." Same thing I basically said on here. It was kind of just like, pretend like they're your friends. Just
Right.
and just sometimes they'll even ask the questions first, because obviously that's their job. They want to bring you into, like I said, their world before, but just don't be nervous. Go along with it. Sometimes even if you go up completely blank, they'll guide you, and that's the
Yeah.
fun. That is the fun of it.
Yeah. I've really noticed that with at least the last couple of times we've gone, like with Rapunzel and Tiana and some of the princesses, like they seem to, like, a lot of times they'll take the like be the forefront and like break the ice.
Yes, very much so. Even sometimes I'll be like, I'll stumble on my words, because I already have this script in my head that I'm ready to say, but they're right off the bat, and I'll be like, oh, there's something,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wait a minute, nope, I'll find my place, and I'm like, okay, that it helped me, because it was still fun, like I'm not doing all the work. I don't have to do all the work to not make this an uncomfortable meet and greet. You know what I mean? Like they're professionals. They're princesses. They
Right.
you know,
Yeah. They
they
do
are.
that. They do it all the time. Like, what is it about doing other than doing these after hours events where you get to see all these characters, what is it about these events that draws you to them? Is it just because you get to see these rare characters? Is it crowds are lower? Is it because there's extra treats? What do you got?
Well, the first one I ever did was Mickey's Not So Scary in Disney World, which I know you and Erica have done before.
Right.
But that one was strictly off of because I love Halloween. I love like just to be like that spookiness and all that other stuff. Like that's so cool to me. But as I've gotten to do more, it really became about the entertainment of the night. Like they'll have 5 bands that are just so awesome, and it's just so much fun. Sweethearts Night, they have a live band, a jazz band, and oh my gosh, it is. I really wish you and Erica to do this here. Like it's just so much fun, and obviously the characters, yes, but it's just a lot that goes into it when it comes to after hours events because yes, it is 4 hours or 3 hours, but it provides a lot for you to do that you cannot get everything done. So there's just something, there's a different type of special spark that these after hours.
Yeah, I'm all like I enjoy the parks more at night anyway. I just feel like there's more magic at night. Everyone has their different time. I'm a nighttime guy.
Agreed.
But yeah, watching it at Sweetheart Nights, like both of us watched it and we were like, oh, that looks like so much fun. It looks like he's having so much fun at that one.
Yeah, which one? If you had to do an after hours event other than Sweethearts, which one would you do? I don't know if you know of any other of the after hours events. Sorry.
Well, we've done Mickey's Not So Scary. I don't know that we've ever done the Christmas one. I might say that, although like we haven't been out to Disneyland as a family ever. So we're going out there here in just a couple months.
Yeah, I can't wait. I definitely want you to. I can't wait to hear your podcast about that because I just want to hear all your thoughts on that.
Right. No, we're looking forward to it. Like tonight, we decided to go ahead and do the dessert party for World of Color, so we make sure like everybody's got a good seat and everyone can see. So I'm looking forward to that kind of stuff because there's so much stuff that's going to be different. So like I would love to go do Oogie Boogie Bash out there. Just because I've seen how different it is than Disney World. Like Disneyland does characters and after hours parties like really, really well.
Yeah, and it's something I've always wanted Disney World to kind of hop on that after hours wave because I know that they have their after hours events, which is just the park closing, and you get maybe like roughly 200 people in the park to walk around the park, but it's just a regular empty park with maybe like 2 or 3 regular characters that usually meet. I think the princesses are open and then Mickey Mouse is still there. But other than that, it's just a regular park. Whereas Disneyland's after hours are super themed or like 90s night, 80s night, Villains night, Star Wars night. Like they have so much to offer. And I've always wondered why Disney World doesn't.
Yeah. Like I know Disney World used to do a Villains Night, and I keep thinking that they're gonna bring it back, but they just haven't. Like since COVID, there's so many things that haven't come back that I keep waiting for.
Yeah,
they haven't yet.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the main reasons why I keep going back to Disneyland is because they offer, and it's gonna sound weird because I know a lot of people disagree with me. They offer a lot more in entertainment and, dare I say, better entertainment than Disney World because I cannot wait for you guys to see Disneyland's fireworks show, Wondrous Journeys. World of Color 1. I heard I have never seen their Fantasmic, but I hear their Fantasmic is way better than Disney World. So it's like that on top of characters for me personally, it's just like a little better in the sense. But Disney World obviously has the rides and the more bigger and more extravagant things to show off on. But
yeah, and I think the two parks kind of go through like phases because I can remember growing up like. One of my earliest memories is with my dad down at Walt Disney World when I'm like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And like watching the fireworks show on 4th of July. And I remember like 80s and 90s, like Disneyland just wasn't it. Like,
Really?
and I remember going and being so underwhelmed.
Mm,
And there was like stuff that was almost like falling apart. Like it was rough. So then I was like, no, that ain't it for me. I'll just keep going to World.
I get
And
that.
so now I'm looking forward. It seems like they put so much into Disneyland.
Yeah.
It seems like Disney World kind of gets left behind sometimes.
Yeah, especially like you said, ever since COVID, things haven't been the same in Disney World, and especially with the a lot of people say it's the underwhelming 50th anniversary. Um, I I am guilty of saying that also,
Yeah.
but it just I don't know, maybe something's bound to change in the upcoming future when it comes to Disney World. Like I said, we're starting to kind of get out of this COVID era of
Right.
things. Maybe we'll get things back. I'm hoping, I'm praying, but for right now, we're just kind of a wait and see game.
Yeah. And that's not to say that I don't like going to Disney World. I mean, if I didn't like going to Disney World, then I wouldn't be doing this, right?
Exactly.
Like I still love going. I still love making those memories, but there's definitely things that haven't come back that I wish they would, that they'd bring back, or that they would treat Disney World and Disneyland equally.
Exactly. Question: what is your thing? You know how I love my characters. Like, what is your things when you go to the park? Like, are you a rides
So
person? Are you a food
I,
person?
I do love rides. Like I've always been like an adrenaline junkie. I mean, part of my job when I was in the army was throwing myself out of planes. Like um, so I have been an adrenaline junkie. Like I still am, but for me, I love like seeing people make those memories. I like seeing the happiness. I love hearing people whenever they get off of rides and talking a million miles an
Yeah.
hour that was the best ride ever. Like I could probably sit at the exit of Cosmic Rewind and listen to
Yeah.
people like all day and be good.
Yeah. Completely agree. Yeah. I think Cosmic Rewind was one of the first rides. Me and my friends were just like, holy crap! Like,
Yeah.
we just it's nothing but great things to say about it. And I mean, mind you, when me and my friends first went, um, of course we were like, wow, this ride was cool, this ride, because we were critiquing it because we never done it before. But this was one where I finally went on a ride and I was just like, holy crap, it's amazing. I love that
Yeah.
ride. I completely
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm definitely a rides person. I'm definitely a memories person, but I also like really like the nighttime shows. Like we never skip the fireworks. Like I don't know that we've ever skipped the fireworks. Maybe if we're like doing like Magic Kingdom or something multiple times during a trip, maybe
yeah.
then we'll skip it once. 'Cause I do remember watching it once from like Big Thunder or what was Splash and seeing the fireworks then. But
Yeah.
usually we're there watching them.
I have such an unpopular opinion when it comes to the fireworks. A lot of people, they love the fireworks and they're just
Uh-huh.
like, oh, that is like the highlight of the night. But personally, if I'm not watching the projection show on the castle, I'm just like, these are regular fireworks. I live in New
Right.
Jersey, so 4th of July's and random
Yeah.
randomly they'll just portray fireworks right across the pond in New York City. So
Right.
I lot. So to me, I'm like, that's nothing. But then when you go to Disney, you see the projections with the fireworks, it just adds to it.
Yeah, it's such a different show, and then you add in the music and
Exactly.
the characters and stuff that you can connect with. It just takes it up to a whole nother level.
Whole
It's
nother.
it's I'm sure we're gonna go this time whenever Erica sees it sees Happily Ever After again for the first time.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be like the 10-minute warning, and she'll probably start crying already.
Yeah, man, I've cried. I cry every time. I just watched on YouTube because I wasn't there for the reopening of Happily After. So I watched on YouTube and I'm literally just like tearing up in bed. And I'm like, every time I watch this show, I tear up. And I don't know if it's because of the family, like there's a family aspect when they slow it down a little bit and you just
Yeah.
coming together. I tear up, and then you got Mufasa saying his line. Oh, I just lose it.
Yeah.
I lose it.
Like for us, that one is a lot of the movies. Like Eric and I like that was kind of like the reinvention of Disney, like Lion King and any of the like Beauty and the Beast, any of that might pop up in there. But then when you start throwing in like stuff from like Rapunzel and like Brave and all these movies like that Brooklyn loved
Mm-hmm.
and Toy Story that I watched I don't know how many times with Jackson, and throw in all these ones and Pirates of the Caribbean and all these other movies that connect, like it just hits at a different level for us. I think like I didn't mind Enchantment, but it definitely didn't hit the same way.
Yeah, I don't know what went wrong with Enchantment. Like I just don't understand because it followed the same
Right.
structure as Happily Ever After, but for some reason it just wasn't in its feels as much as Happily Ever After was. So I don't dislike it because I one thing I try not to do also online is criticize. I try, mind you. I say fair share of things on Twitter, but I
no.
too much because this is somebody's job that they put their heart and soul into it.
Absolutely.
It sucks to I'm pretty sure they have Twitter and stuff, but it sucks to see that people dislike it. And it is not that they did a terrible job. It's just that I don't know, something just lacked a little bit. Something just lacks. So
I think part of it is those movies, a lot of the movies that were in Enchantment didn't hit as hard as some of those other movies. We just didn't have the connection with them.
Yeah.
Yet. You might be able to go like 10 years from now, and some of those movies may hit hard for what's the 20-year-old then and doing college program down there, and all of a sudden more Frozen 2 or whatever. I don't know that Raya is ever gonna take off, but some of those ones that were really in there that we didn't connect with, it might hit then because those are going to be the movies that those people grew up with.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's why I'm thinking you're gonna love Wondrous Journeys because it's for everybody. Like it's literally, I think when the first opening shot, and obviously I'm not gonna give it away. I don't know how much you've seen, but when you see the hand-drawn Snow White on the castle, it's just like, holy crap! Like I grew up, Snow White was like one of the first movies I've ever watched as a kid. So to see like that was one of the first movies Disney's ever, oh my, it just invokes the feels, and I just absolutely love everything about that nighttime show. Same with Happily Ever After. Those two, like, I don't know, it's head to head. I don't know what to choose. If you want me to, like, if somebody were to ask me which one is better, I don't.
Yeah. It's like I don't ask people to choose between Disney World and Disneyland because each one's different and each one's good in their own way.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree. Agree.
Okay, so we kind of went through some of the stuff in Disneyland. Well, then you're going to take that short trip down to Disney World. What is your main thing you're wanting to hit down there?
So like I said before, I'm going for the Animal Kingdom. Day, but it's also its 25th anniversary. So because it is the 20th anniversary, I'm hearing that they're doing specialty, I think, food. They're gonna do a ceremony in the morning. Obviously, they're gonna do some rare meet and greets. I'm kind of hoping to see Coda and Kenai from Brother Bear.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
I love Brother Bear. I don't show that.
Underrated movie.
Super, man. And it's so sad. Like the fact that I watched it the other day, and I'm sitting here, and there isn't just tears. I'm sobbing. I'm like, holy crap, this is sad, but it's good. Rare characters Flick and Ada from A Bug's Life are apparently going to be on. Moana is going to be premiering in Animal Kingdom for the first time. She's going to have her own spot, so it's going to be a regular meet and greet spot. So, it's just a couple of things that I am looking forward to in Animal Kingdom, but I'm also going to Hollywood Studios to check out, what is it called? Andy's Backyard Barbecue.
Oh, the barbecue place?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, we kind of have, it's kind of hard for us to get too excited about the barbecue place because we have like barbecue, like world championship barbecue places around here. Like that's Kansas City's food is barbecue. So for us to go down there and hear it's like, we'll probably still go hit it up sometime just because we want to be part of that atmosphere.
Of course. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really excited to try it out, but my friend was like, I got a reservation, can you please come? And I'm like, you know what? Sure. I just would love to try something new, but the reviews are very mixed on the place. You have some people say, I love so and so, and or about this, or I would come back just for the meats or the biscuits. But then I see people saying like everything there was just like not up to par, not great. So
Yeah.
hit or miss. It really
Yeah.
is.
I really think it's up to the person. I think it's one of those places, from what I've seen, the environment makes it. Like, and if you're not willing to sell into or buy into what's going on, like when they say Andy's coming and everybody freezes,
Yeah.
like I think it's one of those things you kind of have to buy into it. But I think like that's one of those reasons why you do well with like meet and greets. Like you buy into it, you just let it go.
Yeah. Completely agree. It's actually kind of funny though when you going back to the meet and greet part. Now that you said that, I definitely do let go because you have to, like I said, you have to have fun with it. Just
Right.
have fun. Like people think too much into it. Just like I said, I do. I do think about the dialogue, but at the same time, I want to have fun with it. You know?
Yeah. That's the whole reason we're there.
Exactly. But sometimes I do freeze up because people are watching, and I have this thing where I'm just like, oh no, everybody's gonna make like you look at me, make a fool of myself. But who cares?
I
That
got the saying, as long as it's not immoral or unethical, hurting somebody or illegal, I don't care.
very true. That I feel like that's like a Disney adult's way of thinking, or a rite of passage at this point, because so many people have problems with the way Disney adults live their lives, or they think it's weird. If it's
Yeah.
not funny, but it's not hurting you, why does it matter? Let us have our
Right.
fun at the end
Yep.
of the day.
So when you go down there, are you gonna go and see Happily Ever After? 'Cause I know, like
Uh,
Jordan Fisher's your guy.
I'm trying. I'm actually trying right now to get a flight for Sunday instead of leave that Saturday, because I'm supposed to fly in on Friday at 1 in the morning, and then I leave at 8. So that's the problem. Is like
Oh boy.
really trying to see Happily Ever After in person again. But unfortunately, I'm flying Spirit, and Spirit's app and like call center is just freaking ridiculous. And it
Yeah.
was only $86 for a round trip. So I was like,
Oh.
that's one of the main reasons why I was like, yeah, let's just do this 24-hour trip, because this is the only time that I feel like it would be feasible to do it. But yeah, I'm really trying to stay for Happily Ever After. But if I don't, I will see it in August.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so long from now, but I'll see it
Yeah.
eventually.
It does feel like it's a long time for now. Like we were just talking about that. It's like it feels like it's forever away.
Yeah,
But next thing you know, it's gonna be like, oh hey, if I want to make any kind of sit down dinner reservations, I need to do it, and it's all gonna be here.
exactly. You know what I just thought about? I don't think I'm even gonna see it in. I don't think I'm gonna see it in August also, because usually what I'll do is we're doing the Halloween party on
Oh.
day, so I'm probably not gonna do Magic Kingdom both days, like 2 days in a row, unless I get a park hopper. That's the only way I'm gonna do it. But usually, because I am a 9 to 5 working boy,
Yeah.
I
I get
usually,
it.
so I might have to splurge and get a just one what do you call it, park hopper, just so I can see Happily Ever After, because I'd be seeing the what is it, not Boo to You, the Halloween
Right.
fire,
The Halloween one where like Jack Skellington comes out and
which is freaking awesome, by the way.
yeah, it
If you
is.
haven't seen that, please Google it or go see it in person. It is freaking amazing.
Yeah, we got stuck at the side last time. Like we were in line to get our picture with like the headless horseman or something, and it was taking forever. So then
Uh,
we had to like go around the side, and we could see it from the side, but we'd seen it like a couple years ago. So I mean, we've seen it before,
yeah,
but yeah, we didn't have good seats.
I uh,
Um,
I can't. Actually, last year was really good year in terms of like pacing, because so what I usually do when I go into these after hour events is I'll plan everything according to what I want to do first, and then what I want to do last, or where I should stand, or where I should view the parade in order to see, and then see the fireworks, because it's Disney World is so calculated. You have to
yeah,
calculate every move in order to get a lot done from these parties. You can't kind of just wing it, because when you wing it, you stuck saying, well, I don't know, where do you want to go? Where do you want? Well, I don't know what to do next.
or
Kind of
you end up going from one end of the park to the other,
exactly.
and that's a lot of walking.
Woof. I'm pretty sure I've ran before, literally just to get to one spot, to get to another spot. But mind you, it works for me because I'm alone sometimes. Like I'll go with friends, or I think this last time I went completely by myself to Mickey's Not So Scary, and I loved it because I got to do everything that I wanted to do.
Right.
But it's such a hassle, and like I said, it's just a lot. It's a lot. So
Yeah. Yeah. So is there anything you're like worried about with doing these back-to-back trips? Like anything you're like, oh man, this is gonna be hard?
To be completely honest, the open to close aspect of the way that I function, like I have to do park open, park close. So mind you, once I get off the plane on Tuesday, I'm heading straight to DCA. Then at 5 o'clock, I'm going to change to get ready for throwback night. Then I'm going to throwback night, which is at 1 a.m. So then the next day, I wake up at 5, 6 a.m. just to go do another rope drop all over again and stay till close. Then I have to wake up early, take my flight, do it all. It's just a lot. I think I'm just gonna be completely drained and tired, and this is what I signed up for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it'll be. I think you have so much fun. But like I think the worst part for you is going to be like that first day back to work. 'Cause I know that's what I always dread. Like that day's always so long. But I think as far as the trip, I think you're going to have a blast. You may be exhausted, but I think you're going to have a blast.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very excited. Especially, I think the most that I'm looking forward to on this trip is obviously throwback night, because it's my first throwback night. Like I've done Sweethearts Nights like twice already. I've done the Halloween parties a couple times. So throwback night is the first time I'm ever doing something like I don't know what to expect, and I'm also very excited for the new reimagining of Toontown. So, yeah, I'm really excited.
In their Mickey and Minnie's, like I'm looking forward to that just because the queue's different. I understand the rides like the same thing, but the queue has like so much detail in it. I can't wait to go through that stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was so cool when I got to see it, because I don't think I expected I wasn't expecting what I thought I would expect from there. So when you go in, it's just like, wow, this is amazing. Like it's like a little museum. I love the way that they set it up, and it's nothing like the one in Disney World.
Right.
Where Disney World, they kind of threw up a couple of posters, but yeah, no, they went all out for Mickey and Minnie's. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, just from the queue.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to when you get back. One, we get to see the videos on YouTube, but then we're going to have you on here again to kind of go over everything you did and how it kind of lived up to some of your expectations, and maybe some things you would do again or maybe do different.
Yeah.
And, I'm looking forward to that, because like I would love to be able to do a back-to-back trip like that, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So I'm going to kind of live through you on this one.
Hey, listen, I'm happy to take you along for the ride. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous at the same time, because I'm just praying that nothing goes wrong and everything goes. I mean, listen, if it does, life is life, you know what I mean? But hoping and praying everything goes right. So
yeah, absolutely. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody you can find us at Salute to the Ears at Twitter and Instagram, and so you can find everybody here, Ka here at King to Ka 92. That's at Twitter, and again on YouTube. And you can also find it on Instagram, but it's King to Ka _92, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and I will put that in the show notes so people will be able to find you there. And with that, I'm going to tell everyone, go out, find your joy, and have a magical week.